Hey Ken, are you still at the office? I just got back home.
Oh, sorry. I have overtime today.
What? I wish you'd have told me sooner. Isn't it supposed to be your turn to cook supper today?
What am I supposed to do? Tell my boss to stick it where the sun don't shine? This is my job we're talking about here.
Sure, I get that. But if I think you're coming home to cook for us, I'm not gonna make anything, am I, smartass? You better not complain when you get home and there's nothing on the table.
Jeez, Elle, calm down. Fine, you're right. I should have told you earlier. Sorry. Sorry about supper, too. I'm gonna grab something on the way home from work, so you should just make something for yourself.
Sure, I don't mind that. But how many times is this now? I told you before to let me know in advance when you can't make it home on time, didn't I? I feel like we have the same conversation several times a week. We have to operate as a team since we're both working full-time, you know? What hope is there if we can't even communicate properly?
Give me a break, Elle. I said I'm sorry. Want me to say it again?
You said that last time, too. I don't like pushing the issue like this, but surely you can see this is happening too often. I don't feel like you're taking our relationship seriously.
I am, babe, I swear. I'll let you know next time. I promise, okay?
You promised last time, and the time before that.
What do you want me to say then? All I could do is apologize.
I don't want you to say anything. I want you to honor your word and stop doing it. In other words, I want you to start taking me seriously. I'm juggling virtually all of the cleaning, cooking, and laundry by myself despite the fact we both work the same amount of hours in a week. Do you even know how much housework you're loading off on me?
I know, babe. I've been careless. I know it probably just sounds like an excuse, but I do take you seriously. I'll do all the housework on my next day off, okay? How does that sound? Just forgive me. Pretty please?
Actions speak louder than words, Ken. You think I enjoy getting mad over this crap? Trust me, this is the last discussion I want to be having with you.
I know, I'm sorry. I've been taking advantage of you and that's not acceptable. I'm sorry for letting you do everything. I realize now that me not pulling my weight increases the burden on you. That's not fair. I won't do it again. I'm really sorry, babe.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry too. Maybe I'm being too hard on you. If I'm in a position to do the housework, then I should just do it without complaining. It's just that I feel like I've been doing so much lately. I've been stressed out, and I think it's all just gotten to be too much for me. I shouldn't have spoken to you like that.
It's fine. I'm the one in the wrong here, babe. You're right to be upset.
No, you can't do the housework if you're at work, and I know how much your boss pressures you to do overtime. It's hardly like you're out drinking with your friends. I shouldn't have lost my rag like that. I'll make an effort to be more considerate from now on, honey. I'm sorry.
It's fine, really. You said it yourself. We work the same hours in a week. I might be at work now, but I'm still in the wrong for not helping out more when I'm there. If he asks me to do overtime again next week, I'll turn it down. Make sure I get home on time and do my share of the housework.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, about next week, I'll be going away on business on Wednesday.
Wait, what? Really? To think I was just getting all hyped up to do the housework.
What's that supposed to mean? You can do it whether I'm there or not.
Yeah, you're right. I'll make the whole place sparkle. You'll barely recognize it when you get back. It'll be so clean it'll blow your mind. How about I rustle you up your favorite dish as a welcome back present with your trip ends?
I'd love that, sweetie. I can't wait. We haven't had much time to go out together like we used to lately. It's almost like we're leading separate lives now. The most I get to see you these days is when you eat your supper after work before falling asleep on the sofa. So it makes me really happy that you do that for me.
Sorry about that, babe. It's not intentional. It's just I'm so busy with work these days, I barely have any energy left when I get home. It's looking like things might ease up next week, though.
Glad to hear it. In that case, let's go on a date on your day off. It's been so long. It wouldn't hurt to go out together every now and then, you know? Just because we're married doesn't mean we shouldn't try and keep things fresh and exciting. If anything, it means we should all the more.
You're right. That could be fun, actually. Shall we go to a trendy cafe somewhere? Or how about a country drive?
Woohoo! Thanks so much, Ken. It means so much that you'd make time for us even though you're busy.
You know I'm not the only one who's busy. Don't think I don't appreciate you, babe. I know how hard you work and I'm grateful for it. I feel like the luckiest man in the world to have a wife as kind and thoughtful as you.
Hey, Ken, are you done at the office yet?
Yep, I'm already at home.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you said you'd get off early this week.
Right? I have to do the final checks on the housework before you get home for your business trip tomorrow, after all. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I still gotta sweep the veranda.
Aw, Ken, you don't have to go that far. You can just vacuum everywhere and be done with it for me. You don't have to treat the place like an imperial palace.
It's fine, I want to. You'll be back after lunchtime tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm flying back directly from Seattle.
Alright, it's settled then. I'll rustle you up some succulent, juicy, tender fried chicken when you get back.
Huh? Fried chicken? You're gonna make fried chicken?
Yep. I was thinking of making some for dinner tonight anyway, so I figure I may as well make it for lunch so you can enjoy it when you get back from your trip.
I had no idea you could make fried chicken. That's amazing. And all on your own, too? You don't have to go to all that trouble for me, though, honey. I'll be happy with something simple.
To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about improving my cooking skills lately. I only ever make simple stuff. I want to challenge myself for once. I thought fried chicken would be a good way to do that. Even better if I can make you something delicious in the process. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Will you be okay? Be careful with the oil. It spits.
I found the recipe online. It has step-by-step instructions so simple, a monkey could follow them.
Okay, great. I can't wait to get home. I can't believe you're making me fried chicken. This is going to be the treat of a lifetime.
Sorry if I fail miserably.
Don't worry about that, sweetie. I'm just happy you're making something for me. I'm sure you won't fail. You can do anything you put your mind to. I seriously can't wait. I almost want to book an earlier flight home.
Whoa, calm down. You will finish your business trip. We all need you getting fired over my cooking. Are you really that happy about it? It's just some fried chicken. I'm not really sure it deserves this much of a fuss.
Yes, I really am. To be honest, I've been really worried about us lately.
Worried? Why? Did I do something?
Well, no, but I was worried we were drifting apart. It kind of felt more like we were housemates than husband and wife. We've been married 3 years now. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about.
Really? You thought that? God, I guess it's not that hard to believe. It's my fault. I'm sorry, Elle. Listen, I've been doing some thinking myself these past few days. It's dawned on me I've been relying on you too much. I've been taking you for granted. I haven't been treating you like an equal partner in the relationship.
I'm so pleased to hear you were thinking about me.
Of course I was. You're my wife. I'm never as happy as I am with you.
Me too, sweetie. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Shall we do a video call later? I thought it might be nice if we could eat our supper together while I'm away on business. I might only be eating a convenience store-ready meal in my hotel room, but I think it'd be kinda romantic.
Oh, that might be a little difficult. I can't promise anything. I'm not even close to getting started on supper yet.
But don't you have work tomorrow? It's not like you to leave supper this late. I hope this isn't because you're going out of your way to do inhumane amounts of housework. I told you, I'll be happy as long as the floors are vacuumed.
I just don't think I could promise an exact time. This is my first time making fried chicken, you know. It's probably going to take me ages. I want to make sure I get this right.
I'm done with all my work stuff. All I have to do tomorrow is get on the plane home. I don't mind if it gets late.
I don't know, babe. I was looking forward to surprising you with the fried chicken tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it. I think it's especially late. Let's leave the video call for another time. I'm rushing to get it done as it is, and the last thing I want to is mess it up.
Jesus, Ken, exactly what kind of fried chicken is this?
Isn't finding out all part of the fun? Let's not spoil the surprise.
Fine, you do have a point. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a shower, have my ready meal, and hit the hay.
Alright. I hope you have a safe flight home tomorrow.
Speak to you tomorrow. Mom, what's with all the missed calls? Is something wrong? Why would you call me at this time of night? Did something happen? Did you press the button by mistake? Ellie, are you okay? Are you hurt? Huh? What do you mean? Why would I be hurt? How can you not know? I heard there was a fire at your apartment. A woman was seen being carried out with third-degree burns. A fire at our apartment? What the hell? I'm away on a business trip right now. Away on business? Then who was that on the stretcher? Wait a sec. None of this makes sense. Can we start from the beginning here? What do you mean my apartment caught fire? What on earth? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm wondering too. Mom, are you half asleep by any chance? Did you take your sleeping pills? I know they can have some pretty heavy side effects. I am not on drugs, young lady. There was a fire at your apartment block. I saw it on the evening news. It said the fire came from a room on the 3rd floor. I couldn't believe my eyes when the cameras panned to it. It was yours and Ken's apartment. There was a woman being carried out on a stretcher. I was sure it was you. What the... I don't even... Are you being serious? Do you think I'd lie about something like this? Besides, you know I'm a night owl. I'm always up at this time. Right, that's true. Sorry, Mom. I'm just struggling to process all this. I know. Hold on a moment. There should be some articles about it online by now. Let me look it up. It's fine. I just found one. What the hell's going on? Our apartment really was on fire. See? I knew it was your place. I just knew it. Oh my God. Ken said he was going to try making fried chicken for the first time today. No way. Do you think that's how the fire started? Have you heard from him? He's not picking up. He hasn't read any of my messages either. Oh my God. Don't panic, darling. I didn't hear anything about a man being hurt. The woman who got injured must have been from next door or something. It's only natural you're worried, but I haven't seen anything that would suggest Ken's in trouble. No, there has to be some kind of mistake. It says in the article a woman was seen being carried out of mine and Ken's apartment. Besides, it says the firefighters were only seen tackling the blaze outside our place. This can only mean that woman was in our apartment. You don't know that, dear. It's too early for us to say anything yet. You can't believe everything you hear on the news. Reporters make mistakes all the time. Is it a good thing I wasn't there? Or, oh my God, what if the worst happened? Maybe if I was there, I could have done something. Ugh, none of this makes any sense, and I don't know what to think. I'm just relieved that you're okay, Ellie. Of course, but I have to get home immediately. I have to find out what's going on. I can't just stay here and do nothing when I don't know if Ken's okay. You're right, of course you can't. Shall I try calling him too? It's fine, you don't have to do that. I'll call you as soon as I know anything. Ellie, I want you to know that I'm here for you, no matter what. Judging from the news coverage, no one's gonna be living in that apartment again for a while. The whole place is burnt to a crisp. I want you to come and stay with me. Okay, I will. Mom, did Ken betray me? It's too early to say, dear. We just don't know. Are you sure you can make it home on your own? Are you okay? Should me and your dad come and pick you up? We don't mind. Don't be silly. I can't have you drive out all this way. Besides, I have a flight booked. Maybe I can switch out my ticket for an earlier one. I know some airlines let you do that for a fee. If I can, I should be back within 3 hours. Got it. We'll be waiting at the airport. Message me when you land, okay? You'll get back a damn sight quicker in mine and your dad's car than you would trying to find a taxi in the early hours. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate this. I'll be in touch. And Mom, I'm sorry. What do you have to apologize for? We're your parents, dear. We're here for you no matter what, and we always will be.
Elle, I owe you an apology. I can finally speak to you now things have calmed down.
Calmed down? What does that mean? Did your lover get discharged from the hospital?
No, she's still there.
I see. So what do you want? Did you want to say something to me?
I want to apologize for everything I've done. I was hoping we could talk about our future too, if that's alright with you.
Our future? Don't make me laugh. Me and you don't have a future. In fact, I hope I never see you again.
I'm so sorry.
Turns out you weren't busy with work after all. You were busy cheating on me with your lover the whole time. That's the real reason you were leaving all the housework to me, isn't it?
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I'm filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disappointment in myself. You deserve better. But I want you to know I don't feel anything for her. I was planning on ending it, actually.
Really? You invited a woman you didn't feel anything for, and were getting ready to break up with into our apartment while I was away on a business trip?
Well, the plan was to get her to help me out with the housework.
That's the most pathetic excuse I've heard in my whole life. Besides, if that's true, how do you explain the fact that the fire started because you guys got so caught up smooching each other's faces off that you knocked the chicken pot off the stove? That's what I heard. It's true, isn't it? My disgust for you is so intense, I find it difficult to verbalize, you prick.
Elle, I'm sorry. I've been a fool. I really screwed up this time. But I mean it when I say I was planning on breaking up with her. That was going to be the last time we ever met.
So what? You cheat on me for months behind my back, constantly lying about work being busy and being made to do overtime. You invite your lover over to our apartment while I'm away on business. Then, as if that wasn't bad enough, you're such an irredeemable moron that you managed to burn our freaking apartment down by making out with her too aggressively. Whether you were about to break up with her or not doesn't change any of that.
I know that. There's no taking back what I did.
I heard she got scalded by boiling hot cooking oil when you knocked the pot off the stove. I hate to say it serves her right, but it damn well frickin' does.
Hey, don't speak about her that way. The doctors told her she needs skin grafts and she's going to be permanently disfigured.
Oh no, that poor baby. You can't seriously be suggesting I should be sympathetic towards a woman who got involved with a man she knew damn well was married? It wasn't like that.
Don't blame her. The only one at fault here is me.
I know that. That's why we're getting a divorce.
No, I don't wanna. Why would you jump straight to divorce? Let's not be hasty here. Surely we could talk about this like mature adults?
Excuse me, mature adults? You've got some nerve to say that after what you did.
I love you, Elle. I don't want to be with anyone but you.
Why'd you cheat on me then? You can say whatever you like, but you did what you did, and nothing will change that. Actions speak louder than words can, and you've already made it abundantly clear how much I actually mean to you.
Please, babe. We just got caught up in the heat of the moment. She wasn't serious about me either. It was nothing but a cheap fling to both of us.
The problem is, that's not true, is it? Because she was serious about you, wasn't she? I know her parents have been telling you to take responsibility and leave me for her for a while now.
I had no intention of doing that. We're both adults. If she didn't like it, she was free to walk away at any time. Her parents have no power over me. Sure, I bear most of the responsibility for what happened with the house. I won't deny that. But she was the one who knocked the pot off the stove.
I couldn't give any less of a damn. We're getting a divorce and that's that. She can have you all to herself now.
No, that's not what I want. I want you and no one else. You're my soulmate, babe. A life without you isn't worth living. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I need you in my life. You're the peanut to my butter, the ice in my cream, the bacon to my eggs. You're the love of my life. Please don't leave me.
If you really felt that way, you wouldn't have cheated on me.
That doesn't mean I love you, babe. It's just in a man's nature. She was nothing to me, I swear.
It still happened as a result of your actions. You're the one who decided to cheat on me. No one made you.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I swear.
And I'll never believe another word that comes out of your mouth for as long as I live. It was all lies. Nothing but lies. When you said you were going to start making more of an effort around the house, when you said you had to stay late at the office, it was all lies. You were meeting up with your lover for seedy romps behind my back the whole time. Lies. Which part of that means I'm the love of your life or soulmate? Which part of that means you love me? Which part of that means you want me and no one else?
Elle, please. I'm begging you to find it in your heart to forgive me. I admit it. I've been a lying scumbag, a treacherous lowlife, a scoundrel, a dog. But I'll never betray you again, and I mean that.
How could you betray me any more than you already have? I'll never let you do this to me again. I want a divorce.
Please, I had severe burns on my legs.
So what? Surely Lovergirl's worse off. She has burns covering her entire body. Are you trying to make me feel sorry for you? You should really choose your words more carefully if you don't want to piss me off even more.
Please, I'm going to get pressure into marrying her if you divorce me. I'm not interested. It's you I want. It's not just her parents giving me crap now either. My mom and dad found out about the fire and the affair. They're telling me to man up and take responsibility for what I did by marrying her.
Yep, they know too. They probably already knew about the fire from the news coverage, but I made sure to tell them we're getting a divorce. And I explained exactly why and made sure they knew whose fault that is. I couldn't agree more, by the way, that you should man up and take responsibility.
If it's compensation you want, okay. Please, just don't divorce me. Anything but divorce. She was nothing but a cheap fling. She means nothing to me, I swear. I'm begging you here. I'll do anything you say from now on. Anything. I'll do all the housework. I'll give you control of my bank account and you decide how we spend my salary.
I didn't marry you for any of those things. I just wanted us to be happy together. It looks like that was naive of me.
Please forgive me, Elle. The day we got married was the best day of my life. I felt so lucky to have a wife as brilliant and amazing as you. I can't lose you after all this time. Besides, we had a date plan. I was really looking forward to it.
If you really think this is the time for us to be going on dates, then I can only conclude inhaling all that smoke must have given you brain damage.
You're the most important person in the whole world to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your apologies are empty and meaningless because you're a shameless, compulsive liar. I'd have to be crazy to believe you. All I feel is regret. I wish we never got married. No, I wish we never even met. I divorced my lowlife husband immediately after that. He was adamant he wouldn't go along with it, but all four of our parents called us together for a family meeting and basically ordered him to sign the papers under threat of disownment. It was so reassuring to have everyone's support. I thought the fact they weren't willing to overlook Ken's disgusting behavior just because he's their son was really admirable. In the end, he reluctantly signed the papers with a look of defeat on his face. Apparently, he's still engaged in a bitter struggle with his lover and her family. They're demanding he take responsibility for what he did and put a ring on her finger. I heard she has horrific burns all over her body as a result of knocking over the pan filled with boiling oil. As a result, she's covered in bandages even now and needs support for basic everyday stuff like getting dressed and washing herself. As a woman, I understand how horrible that must be for her. But I'd be lying if I said I felt even an ounce of sympathy. Obviously, that goes for my scumbag ex-husband, too. If not for their lust or their lies, none of this would have ever happened. There would have been no fire, and neither of them would have been injured. What can I say? Actions have consequences. I'm starting to believe karma might actually be a real thing. They weren't the only ones affected by all this. They also caused a lot of trouble for our neighbors. And not to mention the firefighters who had to rush out and risk their lives to clean up their mess. I'm not holding my breath, but I hope they reflect on their actions and use this as an opportunity to become better. At the very least, people who don't cause problems for others. That's not to say I want them to live easy lives, far from it. Maybe it's petty of me, but to be completely honest, I hope the problems between Ken and his lover continue long into the future. They both deserve to suffer as much as possible. I went to live with my parents after the fire, and when I wasn't at work, spent most of my time in a daze doing sweet FA. I didn't help out around the house even once and left everything to my mom and dad. I'm not normally like that at all. I can only put it down to being in a state of shock and needing time to process everything that had happened to me. But thanks to the love and kindness of my parents, the sympathy and understanding coworkers who were kind enough to support me with my work when it was clear I wasn't my usual self, and all the friends who visit me regularly to check up on how I'm doing, I feel myself gradually returning to normal. I know it's still early days, but I think I'm finally starting to feel hopeful about the future again. I'm under no illusions. I know it's going to take a long time to get over the shock of being betrayed by the person I loved like that. But I can't go through life being miserable and depressed all the time. And I'm committed to building a new life for myself and finding happiness again. I want to make as many amazing new memories as possible as soon as I can. I have a feeling that'll go a long way in helping me forget about my lying ex-husband. I'm determined to find happiness again. At the very least, I'm going to make sure I'm a damn sight happier than that lowlife. I sure as hell deserve it after everything I've been through.
Julia, have you been to the hospital? How did it go?
I went to see the doctor as scheduled, and he told me that both me and our baby are completely fine.
Whew, that's great to hear. Now I can finally focus on my work.
Your job has always been stable. You worry too much, Mark.
You never know what might go wrong. Your due date is next month. We should be extra careful. And it's your first time having a baby.
That's true. But you worry too much. I'm the one giving birth, Mark.
Of course I'm worried. That's the only thing I can do. You protect our baby in your womb while I'm just here waiting. I feel useless doing nothing.
I'm glad you're considerate of me. But don't feel pressured, okay? You've been a great help at doing most of the housework for me until I left for my parents' house a few days ago. I'm really thankful for everything, Mark. My friends and neighbors were surprised by how supportive you were. Everyone envied me for having a great husband.
Really? I just did what I could to help you.
I bet you were tired coming home from work, but you were always willing to help me. I felt relieved, actually.
Relieved?
It's my first baby, and I've heard a lot from my friends who gave birth. All of them said it was hard to keep up with the housework while they were looking after their children, so I was really worried about becoming a mother myself.
Yeah, they all seemed really busy and tired.
But now I'm sure I'll be able to manage it with your help, Mark. I'm gonna be depending on you.
You can rely on me anytime. I'll help you with housework and look after the baby too. I might be unable to sometimes because of my job, but I won't let you do everything alone. We're a team, Julia.
Thanks, Mark. I'm feeling confident about becoming a mom. I'm so lucky to have you as my husband.
I'm so lucky to have you as my wife too. Oh, by the way, I'll be with you at your parents' house on your due date.
Really? How many days will you be with us?
I'm planning to visit you on the day before your due date, and I'll stay for a week. But I feel sorry for staying at your parents' house for a week. You're staying at the hospital for a few days after you give birth, right?
You're always welcome at our house, Mark. My parents will be glad to have you. And it's not guaranteed that I'll be delivering the baby on the due date. It's hard to predict the exact date, especially for the first time giving birth.
Oh, I see. So there's a possibility of me going home without seeing our baby? I'm pretty sure that our baby will be born while you're here. But we never know, right? But I bet our baby will want to meet me and hurry out of the womb.
Don't pressure our baby.
Sorry. Is there anything you want me to bring when I visit you? Anything you forgot to bring?
I have everything with me. My parents would get me anything I need anyways. I'm having the time of my life, lol.
That's good to hear. You said you were planning to meet some of your old friends? But have you met them already?
Yeah, I went to see them on the day I came here. But there was not much we could do except for visiting each other's house and going out for lunch because I'm pregnant.
I bet they were surprised. You weren't pregnant the last time you visited, but look at your big belly now. The last time you went home was to participate in your class reunion, right?
Yeah, that's right. But I was posting stuff about my pregnancy on social media, and my friend from the same class was also pregnant. We're gonna be great mom friends.
That's great! You always wanted a mom friend.
Yeah, I'm so lucky to have them as my friends. Oh, by the way, how's your work going? Are you on lunch break?
Yeah, but I think I'll have to go back to work soon.
I'm so sorry. I think I talked too much.
No, don't worry. I was the one who texted you in the first place. I'll let you know when I finish my work.
All right, work hard.
A few weeks later. Julia, I'm so sorry.
What's the matter? I was expecting you to text me earlier. Did you just come back from work?
Yeah, an accident happened at work today.
Oh my, are you okay? I bet you had a hard day today.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but I don't think I can visit you on your due date anymore.
Huh? Really?
I'm so sorry, Julia. I really wanted to skip work on that day, but I don't think I'll be allowed to.
Okay. Don't worry. There's nothing we can do, Mark. The baby will always be waiting for you.
I'm really sorry, Julia. I really wanted to be by your side when you give birth.
Don't worry, Mark. My parents will be with me, so don't worry too much, okay? Your company rarely gets in these situations. Isn't it a rare case? Your company would usually allow you to go on vacation anytime you wish. There's a lot of employee benefits, too.
Yeah, my colleague's mom had a stroke. He told us it wasn't a big deal, but apparently it was a pretty big deal. We can't let him work when his mother's in danger.
That's true. He should go home to see his parents.
Yeah, so I had to fill in his spot while he's away. I never know when I'll be in a similar situation too. I want to help him out during his hardships.
I understand. It's important to keep good relationships with your colleagues. It's a bit sad that you won't be visiting, but I get it. I'm gonna give birth to a healthy, happy baby.
Thanks a lot, Julia. I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. After situations get better at my company, I'll be sure to get at least a day off.
All right, but be sure you drive safely, okay? Accidents happen when you're in a hurry. You drive when you work, and you're gonna drive here when you visit, right? Don't drive too fast even when you're in a hurry.
Okay, I'll be careful. Oh, by the way, my mom contacted me the other day and told me that my sister came back home.
Really? She used to work abroad, didn't she?
Yeah, I thought she was taking a break here, but surprisingly, she's already working here. And she's going back abroad again soon.
I really respect your sister. I heard she works as a nurse in poor countries around the world. That's not something everyone can do.
In my sister's case, I think she just wants to visit many different countries. She loves experiencing new things.
But she's making this world better by contributing as a nurse.
Well, that's true. I almost forgot to tell you. My sister brought home some souvenirs for you.
What? Why didn't you tell me earlier? Did she get me snacks?
Yeah, I saw some snacks. But I can't send these to you. I can't let you eat these foreign snacks that you've never even tried before when you're pregnant.
I love trying new snacks, though.
You can always try them after giving birth. She also got you a weird ornament, so I'll send you a photo of it later.
Okay, LOL. I'll look forward to it. Be sure to tell her thanks on my behalf.
All right, I'm taking a bath now.
Okay, take a nice hot shower so you can relax yourself. I'm getting sleepy, so I guess I'll get to bed early today.
Yeah. Take good care of your body. See you tomorrow. A few days later. Hey sis, did you call me? Did you have anything you wanted to tell me, or did you just call me by mistake?
I called Mark.
What's up? Should I call you back?
I'm a bit busy now. I'm on my night shift.
Right, I heard you're already back to working here. By the way, Julia said thanks for the souvenir.
Oh, tell her not to worry. I just got her some random stuff.
I think you've already heard from Mom, but Julia's due date is coming up. So this time, I'll be eating the snacks you got for her. I'm worried to give her foreign snacks right now.
I got her an amulet wishing for a safe delivery.
Don't tell me that weird ornament was an amulet. I thought it was just a weird ornament you liked, LOL.
That's not what I wanted to talk about. Julia is back at her parents' house now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How's your relationship?
Great as always. I think we're a pretty good match.
Okay.
What? What's the matter?
Don't panic when I tell you this, all right? Why don't you get a divorce before she gives birth?
Huh? What are you saying, sis? It's not a good time to joke around.
You think I'm telling you this as a joke?
So you really think we should get a divorce? Why? You're creeping me out.
I don't want to tell you this, but the baby she's pregnant with is not yours.
Huh?
Or did you already know this? Did you agree to be the baby's father, although you're not blood related?
Sorry, but what are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying at all.
I'm talking about the baby Julia is pregnant with. Guessing from your reaction, you really didn't know about it.
Be serious, sis. I won't be able to stay calm any longer if you make up any more of these ridiculous stories about Julia and our baby.
Calm down, calm down. The hospital I'm working at right now is where Julia is currently visiting for her checkups.
Huh? You're at Julia's hometown right now? It's really a coincidence.
I completely forgot that this was Julia's hometown, and I didn't really care where I would be working for a couple of months temporarily.
Okay. And? What did you find out about Julia as a nurse working at the same hospital?
I saw Julia the other day at the hospital, and I wanted to have a couple of words with her, but she was with a man I didn't recognize.
He might be a relative or an old friend, sis. It's her hometown. She has a lot of friends. Don't tell me you just assumed that she was cheating on me just because she was with a man.
Of course not. She seemed really close with him, and they didn't seem like friends at all. So I pretended to be a random passerby and eavesdropped. Then, the guy said it was their baby.
Huh?
I was so shocked myself, so I don't remember the whole story, but I bet they were definitely more than friends from what I saw. They were also talking about their class reunion.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm telling the truth. And I'm pretty sure that she doesn't know about me working at the same hospital, so don't tell her about me. I work at a different department anyways. If we can keep this a secret, it would be easier for me to spy on her too.
Okay.
Mark, You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just having a hard time processing the information.
I understand. It was really hard for me to decide whether to tell you this, but I thought you should know.
Yeah, I would have wanted to know too. I'll try to process the information you just told me and call again later.
All right, but be sure to let me know before you contact Julia. Let me know how you feel about this, okay? I'll do my best to support you. I'm always here for you, Mark.
Mark, you haven't texted me for a while now. Have you given thought about our baby's name? It's already been a week after I gave birth. I have to register his birth soon.
Yeah,
Isn't there anything else you want to say? You're acting weird. You've only visited the hospital once, and it's like you've lost interest in our baby.
sorry.
You're just apologizing over and over again. What's going on? Are you busy with work? I heard that your colleague returned to work after his mother got better.
That's true, but I don't think I can name the baby.
I know it's hard to decide, so you want me to decide his name on my own?
Yeah, go on. Just do whatever you want. I don't think I can be his parent anymore.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought you were happy to become a father. You can't just make me do everything. I can't accept that, Mark.
I was ready to be a father, but I've lost all my motivation.
Why? You don't make any sense. What are you saying all of a sudden? You're a terrible parent, you know that?
I don't know who the real terrible parent is. I know that I'm not the real father, Julia.
Huh? I can't believe you just said that. Why can you be so harsh on me? Is it because our baby didn't resemble you? But you know that the baby's face changes as he grows up, right?
I don't think he would ever look at me, even if he grows up. I'm not the real father, after all. I know you've been seeing your old classmates since you went to the class reunion. Jonathan, was that his name?
Huh?
I'm with him right now.
You have to be kidding.
No, I'm not. He showed me all the texts you sent him. He seemed to be married as well. So I told him that I would tell his wife about his affair if he doesn't tell me the truth. It was easy to make him spill the beans.
Mark, are you serious?
You had an affair with him after meeting him at the class reunion. And I heard you've been meeting him every month since then.
What are you talking about? I guess he made all of this up.
I don't think so. He showed me all the proof, and the days you've been meeting him. Turned out to be the days you told me you were meeting your friends.
That's a coincidence.
You're not gonna admit it? I saw you text him that you wanted to marry him, not me. You guys found out you were both in love with each other at the class reunion, right? Don't lie to me anymore, Julia. You can never understand how much you hurt me.
I'm so sorry, Mark. But you're the father of the baby, and I'm not kidding. I thought about the possibility of him being the father, but I'm sure that you are the father, Mark. Considering the date I got pregnant, you're the baby's father.
The day you had an affair, you also had sex with me too. I really respect you for your dedication, Julia. We even had sex after you came home from your class reunion. You really made sure so I won't find out about the affair, huh?
No, listen to me, Mark. You're really the father.
Sorry, Julia. I've already gotten the results from the DNA test. I applied for it when I visited to see the baby. And yesterday, the results came back saying that I wasn't the baby's father.
Huh? You've already applied for a DNA test.
Yeah, and that's not my baby.
I'm sorry, but I gave birth to him thinking that it was your baby. I always wanted to become a parent with you. I'm honest. You have to believe me, Mark.
I don't think so. I know you asked Jonathan to come with you for your checkups at the hospital.
Did he tell you that too?
No. My sister works at the hospital you visit for your checkups. And she told me that she saw you with him. Being lovey-dovey, holding hands with each other.
I had to ask him to come with me when my parents were busy. It was only just once, believe me.
My sister told me it wasn't just once, though. She heard your conversations with him as well. Based on what she heard, I don't think you have any feelings for me.
I swear I won't meet him again.
I don't care. You can meet him as much as you want. Just do whatever you want from now on.
No, Mark, wait. You have to listen to me. What's gonna happen to the baby?
I guess you'll have to look after him on your own. Or you can discuss about it with Jonathan.
I wanted to be a parent with you, Mark. When I found out that I was pregnant, I realized how stupid I was for having an affair with him. It was so hard for him, and I really thought about telling you everything. But with you, Mark, we could fight our way through this together.
Julia, I don't think I'm nice enough to do that. If I didn't know about everything and had started parenting, I might not have chosen to get a divorce.
We don't have to, Mark. If you think that way, I know we can rebuild our relationship.
I can't forgive you for keeping it a secret all this time, Julia. You're cunning. You knew I wouldn't be able to leave the baby if I'd already started parenting and made memories with him as a dad.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for what I did. I swear, I won't do anything like this ever again. Please, please don't leave me and our baby.
You're understanding it wrong, Julia. I'm just leaving you. I don't have the right to leave the baby nor become the father of the baby. I'm not related to him at all.
No, Mark, he needs you. I can't be his parent alone. I know that a kind-hearted person like you would be a great parent, even if he's not your real child.
Have you ever imagined how I felt when I found out you were pregnant with someone else's baby? I thought I would never be able to recover from the shock I felt. All this time while we were eagerly waiting for the baby to grow in the womb, you were having an affair with your old classmate? Smiling innocently, like you were the perfect mother figure. Just thinking about it made me nauseous.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Mark.
Apologizing doesn't make any difference. We're no longer a couple. Don't rely on me anymore. I guess it'll be hard becoming a parent alone, but I'll be asking for compensation money, so be prepared. I cherish people I love, but I don't care about others. After story. After discussing with her parents, I was successfully able to get divorced with her. Of course, my ex-wife wailed not to leave her, but rebuilding our relationship was never an option for me. And in return for showing me all the texts as proof, I promised Jonathan not to tell his wife about his affair. I never planned to do anything with him anyways. Nonetheless, after I left my ex-wife, she barged in on Jonathan and his wife, revealing everything about their affair. Jonathan and his wife did not get a divorce for their child. And after some discussion, he agreed to pay for child support. Fortunately, my ex-wife's parents promised that they would take good care of her baby. I can no longer believe what my ex-wife says, but I want to believe what her kind parents tell me. Since the incident, I heard she's been avoided by her friends with all the bad rumors about her. I think she'll have to put up with the rumors unless she leaves her hometown. But I honestly think she deserves these hardships. I wish for the best of the child. After I got divorced and the situation got better, I felt worn out and became numb to everything around me. I have to thank my friends and colleagues for supporting me during my hard times. My sister invited me to go on a trip with her the other day, and the country I visited was not the best place to enjoy a luxurious lifestyle, but everyone seemed so happy living there. Affected by their smiles, I was also having fun in no time. After the trip, I think I was finally able to leave all my sadness behind. The trip did not exactly change my views about life, but it certainly did influence me to try out new things in life. I realized that there's a lot of people who support me in my life. I want to cherish the happiness I have now and try out new things, feeling anew.
Hey, Brenda. I heard you came over to our place today. Yeah, I stopped by for a little while. I wanted to ask your mother to teach me how to make your brother's favorite recipe. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. On the way to your house, I stopped by that shop you really like and brought you some sweets. You can have some when you get home tonight. Thanks, I guess. I liked those sweets a few years ago, but I'm not so crazy about them now. Oh, really? I'm sorry, I had no idea. Your mother told me you liked them, so I thought I'd buy a few for you. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. If I tell my parents or aunts that I like something, they always get the wrong idea. Just because I liked it once doesn't mean I'm going to love it forever. That's so true. My grandmother's the same way. Even now, when I go over for a visit, she always makes me the things I loved to eat when I was a kid. Right? But Brenda, it won't be long before you're doing the same thing. I mean, you're 5 years older than my brother, so as far as I'm concerned, you're an old lady. That may be true. I mean, I am 10 years older than you, so I can understand why you'd think that. No, seriously though. If someone had told me that my brother was going to marry an old lady someday, I would have said no way. He is super good looking, and he's always been popular with girls ever since he was in elementary school. Really? I had no idea he was so popular. Are you kidding me? You've seen what he looks like. Honestly, I have no clue why he married you. Oh, does he have a thing for mature women? If so, that would explain it. He's never mentioned anything about that to me. I gotta say, you're pretty brave, Brenda, marrying a younger guy when you're practically over the hill. That takes guts. I don't think it was that big of a deal. I mean, we're only 5 years apart. We know married couples who are even further apart in age, so I guess that's why I never thought it was strange. Oh, is that so? I guess your friends are just as shameless as you. Calling them shameless is a little harsh, don't you think? It's not like they're 10 or 20 years apart. Does a little age difference really bother you that much? Once you become an adult, age stops being such an issue, wouldn't you agree? Not at all. It's a big issue for me. I can't have a conversation with someone who's a lot older than me. We just don't see eye to eye. Ask anyone. Hanging out with friends who are all the same age is the best. Well, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Oh, right. There's something I wanted to talk to you about. Your mother told me that your boyfriend proposed to you. Congratulations. I want to wish you two all the best. Thank you. Did my mom tell you about my fiancé? She didn't tell me all the details, but she did say that although he's young, he's already managing his own company. Yes, that's right. Don't you think that's amazing, considering we're the same age? Of course I do. It takes a lot of bravery to run your own business, and he must be very talented as well. Come to think of it, I know someone just like that. I've never met your fiancé, but I can imagine what he's like. Your friend is nothing like my fiancé. Not only is he really good at his job, but he's also incredibly handsome. I posted our photo on SNS and people called us a beautiful couple. That's so sweet. You must really suit each other. I can't wait for the wedding. You'll be bringing him home to meet the family next week, right? That's right. Mom is going to be so surprised when she sees him in person. Wait a second, Brenda. You're not planning on coming over next week to meet him, are you? Your mother invited me, but it turns out I have to work that day, so I can't make it, unfortunately. That works out perfectly then. Even if you didn't have work, I wouldn't have wanted you to come anyway. I don't want him to think that I have an old lady like you as a relative. Katie, I know you don't think of me as part of your family, but that's not a nice thing to say to anyone, family or otherwise. Excuse me, are you really going to lecture me right now? Who I want to introduce my fiancé to is my choice. I don't want some old lady I barely know butting in and telling me what to do. Just stay out of it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to butt in, and I have no intention of telling you what to do. I just hope that one day you'll accept me as family. I'm going to keep trying my best, you know. That's never going to happen, so you might as well stop trying. And also, I don't want you coming over to my house anymore. I'm sure the only reason you come over is so that you can suck up to my mom, but don't just show up whenever you feel like it because you were invited. You're like my least favorite person, so whenever I hear that you've been over, it's a real downer. Hey Brenda, did you receive my wedding invitation? I sent it to you the other day, so you should have got it already. Yes, it arrived today. You picked a really famous venue. I'm looking forward to it. No, please don't start looking forward to anything. The thing is, I don't want you to come. What? I wrote your name on my brother's invitation because you're married and all, but the truth is, I don't want you there. So you're telling me to not show up at your wedding? Is that right? Exactly. But won't it seem strange if I don't go to the wedding with my husband? I mean, he's expecting us to go together. Sending him to the wedding on his own is not going to be easy. Can you please just lie to him or something? For all it's worth, you've lived a longer life than the rest of us. You should be full of wisdom and whatnot. Why don't you draw from all that life experience and come up with a clever excuse? Just pretend to get sick on the day of the wedding or something. Come on, there's all kinds of stories you could make up to get out of going to the wedding. Well, you are the one who sent me the wedding invitation, so if you don't want me to come, I'll try my best to get out of it, but to be honest, I don't think it's a good idea. Your mother and father are going to be surprised if I don't show up, and I really don't want to lie to my husband. I'm perfectly fine with not attending your wedding if that's what you want, but what you're asking me to do is going to shock and confuse a lot of other people as well. It's my wedding, isn't it? Who I invite is entirely up to me and no one else. Why should I have to take orders from you? You have a point. It's your wedding after all. But if you don't want me to come, can I at least ask you to explain the reason to your family? I don't think it's right to make me come up with some elaborate story to get out of attending your wedding. Your family should hear it from you. Hey, Brenda, the reason is obvious, isn't it? I don't want some old lady showing up at my wedding. All my friends are young and beautiful, and one of them actually had a crush on my brother in the past. They would all be shocked if they saw who he ended up marrying. And besides, I don't want you in the family photo. I want to cherish the memories of my wedding forever. Do you really want to ruin this once-in-a-lifetime experience for me? Of course not. I have absolutely no intention of ruining your wedding. If that's so, then shut up and stay home. I don't want to listen to you complain endlessly about how it's not right or whatever. You're an eyesore. It's as simple as that. It's true that I'm older than you and your brother, and I'll never be as glamorous as a younger woman, but are you really only judging me based on my looks? That's exactly what I'm doing. Do you have a problem with that? I don't think it's right to judge people based only on appearances, Katie. If you could take a good look at my face right now, you'd understand. When it comes to looks, I've always been a perfect 10. Even after I graduated and started working, I never hung out with anyone as boring and unattractive as you. Let me tell it like it is. You're a disgrace to my family. I think of you as a nasty stain on a pure white wedding dress that refuses to wash out. Oh, is that so? Well, in any case, I'll do my best not to show up to your wedding. It's your special day, so you should have the ceremony you want, right? Thanks for understanding. You're the one who had the nerve to marry my brother looking the way you do. Backing off when you're told is the least you can do. If an old hag like you shows up at my wedding, it will be completely ruined. What the hell, Brenda? I just saw you at the entrance to the wedding hall. What do you think you're doing? Oh, yes, about that. I'm so sorry. Something came up, so here I am. My wedding is about to start, and all of a sudden I see this old hag show up at the front door. An old hag who has not even been invited, oh, by the way. Go home already. Are you trying to ruin my wedding? I had no intention of ruining your wedding. Like I said, something came up that made it necessary for me to attend the wedding. What do you mean, something came up? I told you not to come, didn't I? I thought you agreed that today was my special day and that you'd disappear if that's what I wanted. That's what I agreed to do, but it turns out that I'll be attending the wedding today, not as a guest of the bride, but as a guest of the groom. The truth is, I received a wedding invitation from your fiancé, too, so I came as his guest. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Why in the world would my fiancé send you a wedding invitation? You know what? I don't even want to know. Just hurry up and get out of here, you old hag. I've worked too hard to make this wedding absolutely perfect. It's my special day, so get out of my sight. I don't know, Katie. I think things are going to get complicated if you send me home right now. Are you sure you're not going to regret it? Why the heck would I regret it? I'll regret it more if I let you stay. Okay. If you put it that way, I'll leave. I'm sorry I gave you such a fright by showing up today. But, Katie, whatever happens as a result, I can't cover for you. Not anymore. There is nothing, not a single thing, that I will need you to cover me for. You really are messed up in the head, aren't you? My wedding is no place for an old hag like you. Why don't you go home and take a good look at yourself in the mirror? Maybe then you'll realize that this is not where you belong, you wrinkly hag. Good morning, Brenda. It's me, Katie. Oh, Katie, good morning. I wanted to apologize for making you leave the wedding ceremony yesterday. I can't believe I did such a ridiculous thing. I truly regret it. No worries, no offense taken. I was the one who agreed not to come at first, so if anything, I should be apologizing to you for showing up unexpectedly. No, there's no need for you to apologize. I had no idea that my fiancé was so indebted to you. He told me how much you helped him when he was having trouble with his business. We were actually working in the same industry at the time. I wanted to help him because he's such a talented businessman. Not only that, but he's also honest and full of drive. He's the kind of person everyone wants to root for, wouldn't you agree? I also had no idea that you managed your own company, too. You must have been really amazing. Just because someone manages a company doesn't make them an amazing person. And besides, haven't we already had this conversation about my work? I'm pretty sure I told you all this when we first met. To tell you the truth, I wasn't really paying attention when you told me. Well, that's to be expected, I guess. I probably gave you quite a shock when we first met, considering what a boring and unattractive old lady I am. I'm sure you couldn't accept the fact that your brother would bring someone like me home as his wife. No, not at all. In fact, I think you are quite beautiful for your age. Oh, please, Katie, you don't have to take back what you said. I'm an old lady, that's the undeniable truth. I'm so sorry. I said some really horrible things. There is no excuse for the way I acted. I am truly very sorry. Please, don't worry about it. It's all in the past. Does that mean that you forgive me for all the things I've done? Oh, you mean how you treated me with disrespect and verbally abused me when your family wasn't looking? Yeah. About all that, I've decided to quit the whole I forgive you, I don't forgive you routine. What exactly do you mean by that? Are you saying that if you forgive me, you don't really mean it, and if you don't forgive me, you don't really mean that either? It means that I've decided to cut ties with you completely. Huh? You're my husband's little sister, and he loves you very much, so I wanted us to get along, but I think that we can't help but be drawn to some people and turned off by others. Forcing myself to get along with you would be pretty shameless, don't you agree? I wouldn't call it shameless. I mean, I don't think that at all. That's what you've called me before, wasn't it? I've put up with you all this time because I wanted my husband's sister to like me. But I've had it. I'm cutting ties with you for good. I'm really sorry that I dragged it out for so long. I should have done this ages ago. Actually, about that, I've completely changed the way I think about you, Brenda. First off, my fiancé told me what an amazing person you are, and then my parents and my brother got really mad at me for the way I treated you. I also heard that you helped pay for the cost of the wedding ceremony. There's so much I didn't know. I'm so sorry. It's not a big deal, since I never expected you to feel grateful toward me. Brenda, can we just try to get along from now on? My fiancé was devastated when he found out what I did to you. I mean, he's taking it really hard. He asked you to make a speech at the ceremony, right? Jimmy already called me to apologize, I heard you had someone else make the speech, so no harm done, right? If anyone had a hard time, it was the person who had to come up with a speech on the day of the ceremony. No, you're right. It was so wrong of me. I'm really, really sorry. Actually, since the ceremony finished yesterday, I haven't been able to get a hold of my fiancé. He won't answer his phone, and he doesn't return my texts. Have you heard anything about it from him? Jimmy hasn't mentioned you at all, but, he's got a strong sense of responsibility when it comes to these kinds of things. He's probably doing a lot of thinking about it right now and just needs some space. I told him not to worry about me, but like I said, it's not in his nature to let things slide so easily. Brenda, this is just a hunch, but when I sent you the wedding invitation, you knew exactly who my fiancé was, didn't you? I mean, his name was clearly written on the invitation. Why didn't you say anything then? If you had said something about it earlier, none of this would have ever happened. How exactly was I supposed to tell you that I knew your fiancé? Should I have said something like, "Hey, Katie, your fiancé and I go way back, so you better let me come to your wedding"? Do you think that would have worked? Or maybe I should have told Jimmy that his bride-to-be is actually my sister-in-law who hates my guts. Would that have been better? No, I guess that wouldn't have been better. But there must have been other, less offensive ways to let me know. Believe me, I thought long and hard about what I should have done. For starters, I didn't feel comfortable about letting you know because I had no idea what you had told him about me. If you had been bad-mouthing me to Jimmy, it would have been embarrassing for you to find out that I was his good friend. Also, I thought that if I showed up to the wedding and started talking to your fiancé, you would have realized that we've known each other for a long time. That's why I decided not to say anything. It would have made things unnecessarily complicated. Well, things are pretty complicated now, aren't they? If you had told me right away, I wouldn't be in this mess. Come on, Katie, if I had told you the truth from the start, would you have believed me? You didn't even believe me when I told you that your fiancé invited me to the wedding, did you? Yeah, well, I kind of lost my cool there. That's why you should have told me beforehand. You probably didn't think you were being that obvious when you treated me so badly, but your mother and father sure noticed. And my husband knew about your nasty attitude towards me because I had gone to him for advice about it. When I told him that I wasn't going to attend the wedding, he had planned to get the whole family together to tell you off. Huh? But a wedding ceremony is a once-in-a-lifetime event, right? I didn't want to ruin that for you, so I asked him to just let you have your way. Right after that, Jimmy contacted me about the wedding. All his other friends were going to be there. I couldn't be the only one to refuse his invitation. That's why I decided to attend. I wanted to tell you, but your parents told me not to bother. But it was my wedding, my special day. Your family was nice enough to tell me that you were being a spoiled brat and that I didn't have to go along with your selfish demands. Besides, Jimmy was the one who had invited me. Despite my best efforts to smooth things over, it ended up a big mess. For that, I apologize. Please tell my fiancé that you've forgiven me. He's probably going to cancel our engagement. After you left the wedding, my brother got really angry and started talking about what I had done right in front of my fiancé. That's how he found out about everything. Oh, that's how it happened then. Well, your brother wasn't lying about what you did out of spite, you know. It was all true. If you tell my fiancé that you forgive me, he's sure to call me back. I'm begging you. Brenda, please get in touch with him and tell him everything is okay now. I'm already doing everything I can. I told you before, didn't I? No matter what happens, I'm not covering for you anymore. But my marriage is at stake here. We already went through with the ceremony and everything. What if it all goes to waste? Look, Katie, you're my husband's little sister, so I was determined to put up with all your abuse, no matter how hurtful it was. Do you think that I was fine with all those horrible things you said about me? Yeah, well, I apologized about that, didn't I? You said yourself that it was all in the past. But I never said that I would forgive you. I simply said I wasn't going to worry about it anymore because it's in the past. You obviously love your brother, but you hate me. And you're the kind of person who thinks that hating someone justifies destroying their self-esteem with ruthless jokes about their appearance. I'm going to be frank with you, Katie. I hate people like that. That's why I refuse to do anything for you anymore. Brenda, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I promise to never say anything mean to you ever again. I don't believe anyone who only apologizes once they've been backed into a wall. You've got to face the music and be honest with Jimmy, and you've got to do it alone. That's the last piece of advice you're going to get from this old hag, so you better take it to heart. After that, my sister-in-law and Jimmy met up to talk things over. Apparently, she showed him all the texts that she had sent me. He was shocked by the stark difference between the Katie he thought he knew and the girl who sent those texts. So much so that he fell into an even deeper depression as a result. In the end, he called off the engagement. I was also quite depressed for a while, wondering if I had done something unforgivable. But rather than blame me for what had happened, my husband and parents-in-law consoled me, saying that Katie got exactly what she deserved. Also, Jimmy told me that he was glad Katie revealed her true colors before they submitted the marriage documents and made it official. He said he was thankful that he dodged a bullet, but honestly, I feel horrible that I was at the center of this whole mess. Once the engagement was called off, Katie locked herself away in her room, refusing to leave the house for any reason. My parents-in-law said that she was being a spoiled brat and forced her to move into her own apartment. After she moved out, she got a part-time job and was barely making ends meet. It may have been the frugal lifestyle she was living, I don't know, but at some point she had a change of heart. A year later, she came to me and apologized again for all the terrible things she had done. I was shocked to see her after such a long time. After she locked herself in her room, she stopped taking care of herself, refusing to eat proper meals or exercise. As a result, she became completely unrecognizable. Her appearance had changed so much that if you saw her, you'd never assume she used to be such a glamorous young lady. I don't know if her change in appearance was the reason, but all her friends abandoned her. They even made fun of the way she looks. Now that she knows what it feels like, my sister-in-law has come to truly regret what she's done. I told my parents-in-law and my husband that Katie and I came to a truce, and since then we've been getting together for family dinners. And I even started hanging out with her again. Now, Katie is helping me with my business, and we get along so well that it's hard to imagine how much she hated me before. Occasionally, she'll make comments about my clothing like, "That dress makes you look like an old lady," but I appreciate all the fashion advice I can get. Now that my sister-in-law and I can talk about anything and everything together, I've grown quite fond of her. I've decided that from now on, I'll be there for her whenever she needs me.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.